Okay, Rabbi, so on Daf Nun Tes and Beis, top of the Amid. If somebody sees the sun, this is the brach, we call Birkas Achama, and we'll see in a moment. We make it once every 28 years. When you see the sun in its original position in Maisa Bereshis, similarly, Levana B'Gvurasoi, the moon in its Gvura, Kechavim B'Msilasa, the stars in their tracks, Mazoles, the constellations, Kisidron, in the right order. On all these, you say Baruch Bereshis. The Gemara asks the Rashi says is going back on the Chama ve'emas havi. When do we make the bracha because Chama ba'iko chav chavshana every 28 years? V'hada machzor v'nafla, the cycle of the sun goes back. V'nafla tkufas Nisan b'Shapsai. The tkuf of Nisan comes out in the mazel of Shapsai, and that comes out on the urta t'tlas nagi on the night of Tuesday, which is Arba, which is really the day of Nagi Arba, which is of Wednesday, which is the Zman of the creation of the sun. The Gemara says, if you see the Yam, so the Gemara, well, how often do you make the Prokim? Is this only if you see only if you sometimes come to the Yam? If you're there all the time, you don't make the bracha. Ad Kama. Once every 30 days, if you haven't been to the Yam in 30 days and you come to the ocean, to the sea, you make a bracha on Oisa Bereshis. If you see the river of Pras in the Gishra de Bavel, you also make a bracha. But now the position that you have to be standing changes since Shanui Pasoi, since they altered the flow of the river and there's man-made parts of the river. You have to make sure you see it. Only for the city place of Beishavu Le'el. Rabbi Yosef argues, he says even further, only from the Kiri. If you see the Digelis river, you also say in the place of Shavistana, you say also Oisa Bereshis. What is the Digelis, the Chidekel? Amar Rashi, what does that mean? Chadin kalin. It's lashon chad dekel. Chad kal. Sharp and fast. My pras. Shemem of porin. Pras is porin. V'rabin. And it multiplies and reproduces. It gets bigger. The reason why the people of Bnei Chuzah are so sharp is because they drink. They drink the water of the Gelis. They're reddish color. That Rashi explains that they have relationships during the day, and therefore the sun affects them. That the eyes move around. They live in darkness. The Gemara says weiter. Al Kshomim, you say Hatoiva Meitiv. So the one has to come Mevorach. So is that so? That's what it says in the Mishnah. It says Al Kshomim Hatoiva Meitiv Mevorach. Is that so? Am Rabbi Yavo. Listen to Rabbi Yavo. Am Nasisin. It says as follows. Ton. How much rain? That means there's a lot of rain. The rain is flowing down, and there's puddles on the ground, and kind of bouncing back up. It's yotza choshen because kala, the choshen stepping out to greet the kala. Mine involved. There's a special bracha you actually say on rain. Rav Yechon says a little bit sign, but he completes the bracha hachi. Ilu pinu malishira kayam. Eno maskib lahayis Hashem leken achki shitachav brachat Hashem roiv adoyis. So the Gemara questions that a little bit. That's the right way to say it. Roiv adoyis, most of the adoyis. Why not all the adoyis? Amar Avava ema kel adoyis is the correct way. So Amar Papa, the Papa concludes therefore hilchon imrenu l'tavayo. Really, you should say roiv adoyis, kel adoyis. Al Kapanim, the Gemara says it's a kashya. So in our Mishnah it says you say tavmeitiv. Here it says you say the special bracha of the rain. So it wants to differentiate. Like the Shama Mishma the Chazachaz. It tells you whether you heard it or you saw the rain. So Gemara says 1 second. Shama Mishma, that's called hearing good news. That's the second part of the Mishnah. It's a different category. So that's not called rain. So it says Absurus Tov, you say Baruch HaTov Meitiv. When it says rain, it means you saw rain. The Chazon Nichsi. It depends how much. If it's Toivu Meitiv, say a lot of rain, it's Toivu Meitiv. If it's a little rain, maybe say the regular bracha on rain. Possibly, maybe you could argue the opposite. No, of course it's a lot of rain when you make the bracha. Well, the kasha dislay ara or the sa'ara. If you have land, it's even better. You have land, you make the Tov Meitiv, dislay ara Tov Meitiv, Muvarech. Furthermore, some other questions that just because you have land, you make a Tov Meitiv, that's your personal gain. And we learned for Banach Bayis Chodesh, for Kanakin Chodesh, a person purchases a house or clothing, you say Shechi Boch Shechi Yanu V'Gyan L'Mezbeh. That's when it's Shaloi. If that's only one's his. If it's Shaloi V'Shal if it's someone else's also, then you say Tov Meitiv, because then it's public benefit, not just personal benefit. It's so my answer to Kasha, you're right. That's obviously shutfis. The real way to differentiate is when you have private land or you have shutfis. You have a land which is shared by shutvin, hadales b'shutfis. So if the land is shared by shutvin, then it's a Tov Meitiv. Tanya, and the rule is Ksara shel davar al shaloi u'vorach shechiyanu v'imanu al shaloi v'al shalchem. When it's yours with someone else, you say Baruch Tov Meitiv. So the Gemara asks us, when there's no one else, you don't make a Tov Meitiv. The person is told that Yol Ishta Zochar. So you say Baruch Tov Meitiv. You make a Tov Meitiv when you have a baby boy. Hasam Nami, yeah, that's okay. And that's not him himself. The answer is that Ika Ishta he has a wife. The Nichle B'Zochar. She's also wants a Zochar. To Tashma. So now if a person lo aleinu is meis aviv and then he also inherits b'tchila am baruch dynamis. So first he says dynamis, and then he says baruch hatov, because he inherits. He says also baruch hatov v'meitiv. So that's only him. Why do you make a tov v'meitiv? So he says no. So not he has a brother. There's two people that gain from the inheritance. The kiyas that inherits with him. Toshma shinu yayin tzarich levorach. When a person takes a new wine, he's drinking wine, and he changes his wine, he brings a new wine. You don't make a new bracha for that. If you move places, you have to make a new bracha. Shini Makov requires a new bracha when you change places. Even though when you bring a new wine, you do not have to make a new boy piagafen, but you do have to make a tov meitiv. Why? It's your wine. He's drinking wine. The answer is no. Of course. There are other people in the chabura drinking with you. So again, when it's two people gaining from the wine, you make a tov meitiv. So here you make a shechiyano. When you buy something new, you're excited. You make a shechiyano. If you already have it, you have this item already, even if you got it, Rashi says, mirusha, so you don't have to make a bracha. And Rabbi Yechon disagrees. Even though you may have it, because you got it from Yerusha, but this is the first time you're buying it, sarach levarach. Okay, we'll stop here, then we'll